Hello dear children. Today in this session we are going to do the exercises part from vocabulary and grammar of chapter number 7, Sudan, the end of a species. So without any further delay, let's get started. Take out page number 68. Question number A from the vocab part. Look at the underlined words in these sentences. Tick the correct meaning. 1. The hunter started to stalk his prey. Number A. The stem of a flower. Number B. Follow an animal quietly. Actually, both the meanings are correct, but which meaning fit into this sentence, we have to tick that answer. The stem of a flower is also known as stalk, that is also correct, and follow an animal quietly, this is also correct, but we have to see which one will fit question number 1. Alright, so the hunter started to stalk his prey. The answer will be follow an animal quietly. Okay, tick question number B. Number 2, the bird was caught in a trap. Here also both the answers are correct, but we have to see which meaning fits into this sentence. We cannot write any meaning just because we know the answer. We have to see which meaning fits to the sentence. Number A, a piece of equipment for catching birds or animals. Number B, a clever plan to trick someone. Now number B will not fit here. It's a clever plan to trick someone, means we are talking about a human being. Okay, and the bird was caught in a trap. It may be a net. Yes, it may be that he was shot. So a piece of equipment for catching bird and animals is the correct answer. Tick A. Number 3, caribou and moose are some of the largest game in North America. Now we have to see the meaning of game, and caribou and moose are related to what type of game. Okay, the meaning of game is an activity or sport, this is also correct. And number B, wildlife hunted for sport or food. So because there is caribou and moose in question number 3, so the correct answer will be number B, wildlife hunted for sport and or food. These are the names of animals. Okay, number 4, the poacher was caught red-handed while trying to traffic endangered birds across the border. Number A, buy and sell illegally. Number B, vehicles that are on a road at a particular time. Traffic, you all know what is the meaning of traffic. Yes, another traffic is to buy and sell illegally, means some animals are banned from selling and buying because people hunt them for their body parts, right, which is illegal. So here question number 4, the meaning of traffic will be buy and sell illegally. Tick question number A. We are not talking about vehicles or any other transport system. The lesson is about Sudan and endangered animals. So the answer will be A. Question number 5. 22 forest guards patrol the core area of the forest. Now, number A, move around an area in order to make sure that there is no trouble. And number B, a liquid which is used as a fuel for motor vehicle. Now, a liquid which is used as a fuel is petrol, P-E-T-R-O-L. That petrol is used here, but in the question it is given P-A-T-R-O-L. So the correct answer will be A. Move around an area in order to make sure that there is no trouble. Tick question number A. Now next question. Read these sentences. By 1982, they had all been wiped out. A few northern white rhinos might be holed up in a remote part of Africa. The words wiped out and holed up are example of phrasal verb. Now what is phrasal verb? Phrasal verb consists of a main verb and an adverb or a preposition. The meaning of the phrasal verb is usually different from the meaning of the words that combine together to form the verb. Phrasal verb means, what is phrase? Phrase is a group of sentence which makes sense but not complete sense. The meaning of phrase. And verb is an action word. Here phrasal verb means, in phrasal verb we will get one main verb and one preposition, or one adverb and preposition. Like, see the question, fill in the blanks with the correct phrasal verb. You may have to change the tense of some verbs. After years of hard work, things were finally starting to dash for the businessman. In the bracket it is given look up and look after. Now look is the main verb and up is preposition. Again, one more option is given. Look is verb and after is preposition. That means main verb and an adverb or preposition, when they are together, they form a phrasal verb. So what will be the correct answer? Look up. In some of the answers you will have to change the tense also. Number 2, a thief dash in bracket break away, break in, last night through the window. Last night means yesterday night. So we will not use break in or break away. We are going to use the past tense form of the verb of break, that is broke. A thief broke, B-R-O-K-E. In the question it is written, you may have to change the tense of some verb. So break in will become broke in. Number 3, I look after my aunt's dog when she is out of town. Here no changes. Number 4, Rohan got back from his vacation yesterday. In the bracket it is given get back and get across. Get is the first form of verb and yesterday means which is already the action which has already happened. So you are going to write got back. Number 5, after searching for a long time, I gave up all hope of finding the books again. Number 6, while making tea, we found that we had run through sugar. Turn the page, page number 69, grammar portion. We have here simple present and present continuous tense. We use simple present tense to talk about actions happening in the present, action which happen regularly, and to express general truths. Example, at least 20,000 southern white rhinos roam southern Africa. The present continuous tense is used for any action that is going on but which has not yet been completed. It is also used to talk about action that will happen in the near future. So what we have in simple present tense? We have subject plus second form of verb. Subject plus first form of verb, and in present continuous we have subject plus is, am, are plus ing plus object. So here you see, fill in the blanks with the simple present or present continuous tense of the given verb. Number 1, the language class begins, begins, don't write begin, begins sharp at 9 am every day. So we use simple present tense when the action happened regularly, right? In the first sentence you see. Number 2, I am going. I am going to the concert with my friends now. Go. In the bracket it is go, it will change into I am going. We are watching a movie about an African safari. Number 4, Riddhi plays the piano beautifully. It rains every day here during the monsoons. Number 6, the sun rises in the east. Be careful where S is used and where S is not used. Now the simple past tense is used to talk about an action that happened at a particular time in the past, or a routine action which regularly took place in the past. Sudan, the world's last male northern white rhino, breathed his last. The past continuous tense is used to talk about an action that started and continued for some time in the past. So in simple past tense we use subject and subject plus second form of verb, that means the past tense form of verb. And in present continuous tense, past continuous tense, we use subject plus was and were plus ing form of verb, right? Here I was playing. In the bracket options are given, played or was playing. Answer will be I was playing with my friend when the doorbell rang. Number 2, we drove to Bharatpur National Park in a jeep last winter. The naughty boys were jumping in the muddy water when their father saw them. Number 4 from page number 70. The monkeys sat on the roof when we first spotted them. Number 5. The police caught the poachers when they came out of the forest. Number 6. The sun set over the horizon as we drove through the dusty countryside. Now last question, that is possessive noun. What is possessive noun? Possessive noun is a noun that shows something that someone owns or possesses something. Okay, and for that we are using apostrophe s. If a noun ends without any s, then we use apostrophe s, and if a noun ends with s, then we only use apostrophe. Number C, see the question. Underline the correct option in these sentences. Can you please take me to the section for babies / babies apostrophe clothing. Now the noun babies, already the word ends with s, so we are not going to use babies apostrophe s. Okay, we will use only apostrophe, that is babies apostrophe. Number 2, I could not read the building's name from a distance. building, we say building, right? Building apostrophe s, right? Don't underline buildings, buildings, you write, you underline buildings, which is apostrophe s. Number 3, I click many photos of my friends, plural number, and friends at the birthday party. You write friend, underline friends, friend apostrophe s, friends at the birthday party. Why? If you write friend s also it's correct, but the question is about possessive noun. You need to show what shows possession, then apostrophe shows possession. Alright, so that's why we are underlining it, friends, friend apostrophe s. Number 4, the store has a good collection of men's MENS apostrophe and MEN apostrophe S, clothing. The correct answer is MEN apostrophe S, because the plural of men, MAN men, is MEN men. It will not be MENS. So the correct one is MEN apostrophe S. Number 5, the two students, it's already a plural number, and in another one it is written students' projects are on display in the hall. 2, here students, STUDENTS apostrophe is the correct one. Number 6, I am looking for Thomas or Thomas's shoes. Thomas, THOMAS, Thomas is a name of a person and it ends with S. After S we are not going to add again apostrophe S, so you are only going to add apostrophe. I am looking for Thomas' shoes. So this chapter is completed. In the next class we will start lesson number 8, the heart of a tree. Till then you do this exercise neat and cleanly in your book as well as in the copy. Thank you.